folks, welcome back to the Chop Shop. I'm Zach Mertens, and this is part 2 of refreshing this K5 to make it a much more savage thing than it already is. Here's the deal. On the first episode of this series, we redid the whole top end. We did a full Holley direct port fuel injection system, 4500 flange intake manifold, 2000 CFM throttle body, the Holley Dual Sync distributor, Holley regulator, port injection, and of course we did some Holley coil packs there so we could control timing a little bit better, and we put this thing on a Holley Dominator. I feel like there was a couple other things, but here's the deal. Last episode, we got it running, did a little shakedown on it, and it was absolutely ripping. Took some friends for a ride.
Get me the f off this thing.
And we did some burnouts here and there. But we had some things we needed to change. All right, so this thing rips, legit scary. Ron, what'd you think, man? You were on the street.
It was rowdy as hell.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, like the loudest I've ever heard it. Like it was ear splitting.
Nice. So that's good. There is one thing that's kind of bad, and it's super irritating, and I wasn't even going to film any of it because, you know, but whatever. We're going to leave all the bad stuff in, so check it out. Here's what it is. So while we got all this nice and timed up, and if you remember, we had to redo the intake manifold gaskets and redo the RTV because it was leaking oil at the back. Well, guess what? It's leaking out of the friggin' front and the back now. So, yeah, I'm going to pull this off again, and we're going to see where the hell I'm going wrong. Hopefully, third time's a charm. All right, she's all back together, just like that, lickety split. Only a few hours of doing the same freaking thing over again, but you know what, we're getting pretty quick at it. Got the process dialed down by now. I'm not gonna start this up. I'm gonna let it sit overnight and cure, hopefully. Anyway, we're getting the f out of here. See you tomorrow. All right, so today, I think it's a good day. We got to do some final street tuning. We've done a bunch of street tuning on it. It actually does fire up. It runs really good, but I was running a 3-bar map sensor that I pulled out of the Tahoe, and the problem with that is that the resolution, it's a little dim, right? So I've got a 1-bar map sensor that I picked up from Holley. We're gonna switch this thing out, and then Bucky's coming right now. We're gonna do another street tuning session on it, get it kind of refined. That way we'll have a much higher resolution. Bucky's on his way here now. We're gonna get it tuned, we're gonna get dialed in, and we're gonna see how crispy we can get it on the street, and then we get to finally take this thing to the dyno, see what kind of power it makes. So we also got a couple other things from Holley that we got to install on this, but we're gonna do it after Bucky gets here. We'll install this today. This is a new TPS sensor because we broke the clip on the other one. This is our 1-bar map sensor we got, so, you know, looks about the same, just different part number, no big deal. We got a new throttle cable, it's gonna be important. And then we got a nice throttle return set up. First up, let's get the important stuff in, let's get the new sensors in. Set this aside. Our map sensor is right in the back here. So this guy right back here.
like sweets, alright? My bad.
What's up, dude?
Nothing. What's up?
So, got a new map sensor and
Okay.
got a new TPS. Proper one. So, we're gonna be good. So I'm just gonna swap these out really quick.
Alright, I'm gonna smoke a cigarette really quick.
Good. Dude, smoke too if you need. Double barrel this. Gotta get our man dialed. Luckily, it's pretty easy to change sensors in this. So like on warm up,
It's a little weird.
yeah, it's a little like, it needs a little more air on warm up. Oh, oh, no. Damn it. Yes, I broke the screw off.
Oh, good God.
Yeah, we're just gonna let that be for now. At least there's an O-ring on it, you know? Okay, so yeah, you can kind of tell the amount of vibration that goes into this thing. Thread locker doesn't really do the trick. Same thing on Harleys. You basically got to use red thread lock or Loctite on like everything. High vibration stuff. Not high vibration in the sense of, you know, that chick that you're seeing that does all in the crystals and all that shit. I mean violence. We're gonna mess around with that throttle linkage stuff a little bit later. Okay, everything's plugged in. Okay, party on. Let's plug in and see what we can do now. So we good?
Yeah, we can try and start it and see what happens.
Okay. You think it needs more throttle?
Yeah, a little bit more.
You got a little bit of heat in there. I'm gonna pull it forward. Alright, so if you notice, the truck's back in the shop with a fan on it. We noticed it was running a little funky, so we got the heat gun out and we're checking. I got 2 cylinders that don't look like they're firing, so what we're going to do is we're cooling it off a little bit, and then we're going to pull spark plugs, check those, pull the spark plug wires, make sure I didn't f something up, which is likely because I built those at 3 in the morning, so you know, we'll see what happens. This is why we do the testing before going to the dyno, because here's the thing. If you go to the dyno and shit's not ready, you're just wasting a bunch of time there, costs a bunch of money. It should be pre-tuned, then you hit the dyno, refine it over. Isn't that right, Bucky?
Yes. You just want to get those final numbers on the dyno.
Yeah. That's what we're doing. Oh, that's what city is.
Yeah, that plug wire is 1.5 kilo ohms. It's a little high. This one's 183 ohms. So the other one's no good for sure. 150 is better than 1500. So this plug wire's smoked. Let's change those 2 spark plugs.
Bad crimp job by your boy, probably. But you know, that's what happens. You start doing stuff real late at night. Take a look at that.
Okay. Which, that's one on this side?
Yeah, but I don't have a...
Oh, you don't have a terminal?
So we got new spark plug wire, 2 new spark plugs, and we found the little screw for the secondaries on this. Now I've coated that thing in Loctite red, so now we're gonna hook the battery up and see if we can get this thing to run right.
Timing on the dyno anyway. But yeah, see how we're getting the fuel map to look a little smoother there? See? Look at that.
Should we give it one little
Yeah,
pull,
absolutely.
see what she does?
Make sure the tranny shit's okay. And,
So we did put a 1-bar map sensor into it, did a little bit of redialing in with our buddy Bucky, but we noticed they were having some little bit of issues, and here's what was going on. Number one, we noticed that under load, we were starting to get really wonky AFR readings, especially on this bank over here. So we got the thermal gun out, started checking cylinders, and we noticed that actually more than just a cylinder on this side was running pretty cold. I'm not talking like 200 degrees Celsius colder than the others. So first step, we went through the spark plug wires and found that 2 or 3 of them were kind of wonky, and you know what, we made them really late at night. Go figure, right? So we redid the spark plug wires, changed the actual spark plugs in it, and then after that we did notice that this number 2 cylinder here was running much colder. So went and stole a spark plug from a kit that I have for another car, or spark plug wire I should say. It's still running cold, so then I switched the coil packs over just to see if maybe it was a coil pack that was bad. That wasn't the case. Then I went and unplugged this injector here, and voila, all of a sudden we're not getting crazy AFR readings on this side. So basically when idling it was essentially fine, but as soon as you'd get into it, you'd see the AFR dipping down to like 9-to-1. That's not good. Clearly this injector was sticking open and not getting a burn on this side. And that's not good because we don't want to be watering down the oil with fuel. Also don't want to hydrolock the thing. Last night Bucky and I went through everything, all the wiring, trying to make sure that everything's wired correctly, we're not grounding out anywhere. And what we determined was we did have a bad injector. These injectors we actually borrowed from the Tahoe. They're 1650 cc's. They're enormous, right? They still ran, the thing, is still partying, but it's a little big for an NA motor, even one this size. So these are the new injectors from Nostrum. They are 1275cc, really like 1300, 3-bar units, and they make these all in-house. This is not a cut-down Bosch injector. This is a fully made by them deal, and these will be available to the public soon, so we get to do a little testing on them. But they sent over a really in-depth data sheet on them to do all the Holley data. So this should run a lot better because, let's face it, 1650cc boys, a little bit big for this motor, and of course one of them's sticking open. I even switched it around to a different cylinder just to check, and sure as fuck it's doing it. So yeah, anyway, we're gonna jam these boys in. Let's go. So we have all of the new time and everything put into the Holley here, and we basically just copied it off the tables and stuff that they sent, and everything's updated. So now we can try to fire this thing up, see what it does. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Fires up. That's good. Good sign. Damn, I love this dash. All right, let's take her for a little spin and see how she does. This is crazy. I mean, still a little bit of massage that needs to be done, but I mean, for just logging over some numbers, this is not bad at all. Closed course professional driver, you know the whole deal. God damn. Yes, sir. Just got a snappy. Oh yeah, baby, let's go. So the last time with the dyno didn't really make a ton of power. It only made like 526 foot-pounds at the tire and like something like 400 horsepower, right? So we're losing 333 from, its original setup through powertrain. I would like to see 550 at the tire in this thing. I don't know if we're gonna get there. And I'd like to see 600 foot-pounds of torque. Will we make it? I don't know. Stay tuned because we're gonna find this out in this episode. So the day has finally come. We're back here at World Motorsports. Got our boy Craig's got this sick wind tunnel dyno. This is where we originally dynoed this thing, and it made a slightly disappointing number, but we're gonna see if that changed. So one thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull the back section of tailpipe off of it so we can run it open because we wanna keep this thing on cork. and really see what it does. And plus it just runs a hell of a lot better when it doesn't have a muffler on it. You know, typical stuff. Ta-da! Here's our starting point. This is the graph from the last run. As you can see, it's going the wrong direction. It's mostly because I forgot to lock the converter. So our numbers to beat today are 561 foot-pounds of torque, which is literally right at the start of the run, 400 horsepower even. So we need 100 more horsepower, Bucky.
100 more? I'll see what I can do. So it won't shift into fourth gear, it'll shift into third gear at 25 miles an hour, and the torque number will lock up immediately when it goes into third, so hopefully we're not going to be losing any power, and the tranny holds up and doesn't overheat, so. Just playing. It'll be good. 100 horsepower, here we come.
All of the timing stuff, so like it's on a soft timing curve right now, so curious to see what the second run does.
Big dip in the end of the torque right there.
Yep.
There was some knock, I got to fix that, and like I said, the fueling's wrong right there at 3,700. Other than that, it's fine.
We'll make some smooth and get to it.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's a little cold in there, so I had to throw the jumpsuit on, but we got 2 runs in it just to see what it does, see how the timing and fueling's working out. We got some things to massage out, but it's already doing like 125 more horsepower. The torque, much more stable, nice and fat across the curve. So now we're gonna smooth it out, give it some more fuel in places, see what we can do.
Backfired at the end of the run, and the vibration from the backfire locked the computer up, so we had to reset it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sick.
Happens.
Goddamn.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think this might be the last pull, and like I said, I can tune up all that part throttle stuff on the street.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy with how it sounds and how it feels now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah.
Sounds a little steamier.
Yeah, doesn't it? Mm-hmm.
My man. All right. Well, okay, we're gonna do one more run, and that's gonna be pretty much it for the day. It's amazing. You just throw a bunch of fuel at a big block and it wakes up. All right, so our final results. The last time we came to dyno it as it sat, it was making 401 horsepower and 512 foot-pounds. After today, with all the new stuff that we put in from Holley, we are doing 538 horsepower at the tire and 576 foot-pounds. So, pretty big jump. But then also, if you look at the curve, nice and fat like it's supposed to be, all right? So big old fat torque curve way up there. That's what you want, because that's when it's going to move you, especially a big ass truck like that. Now it's starting to roll over a little early. I have to look at some things, but you know what? A lot of that could be gearing. A lot of that could be, you know, I don't know. I'm not an expert, but you know what? I think it's time we go drive it, see what it does on the street. Let's check this out. 6.7, 0 to 60. 13, well, we lifted far before the quarter mile, but hey. Nice. This thing boogies. Well, hell of a day here. So, picked up a good amount of power. Thing is running tip top now. And you know what? I think we need to actually take this thing to a drag strip and see what it'll do in like a safe, controlled setting. But I can say that it is way faster, way sketchier, and you know what? Drives a hell of a lot smoother now. So, bunch of fresh Holley parts. Wake up an old big block like this, make a giant steel refrigerator move way faster than it should. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you back for more on the next one.